One taps a button and puts a car at your door in 4 minutes. The other moves millions of people for the price of a coffee. Uber versus public transit, 9 rounds, real data, and the verdict on which option wins for city commuters in 2026. The answer might surprise you. In the left corner, Uber, operating in 10,000 cities across 70 countries, average arrival time of 4 minutes in major metros, real-time tracking, door-to-door convenience, and the dominant rideshare platform on the planet. In the right corner, public transit, the backbone of every major global city, subsidized fares, mass capacity, carbon efficiency, and the single most important infrastructure investment a city can make. Which one is actually better for getting you where you need to go in 2026? Round 1, cost per month. The financial case for public transit is overwhelming. A monthly unlimited transit pass in most major U.S. cities costs between $80 and $130. The average Uber user in a major city spends approximately $380 per month on rides. That is a difference of $250 to $300 every single month, or roughly $3,360 saved per year by choosing transit. Over a decade, that is more than $30,000 that stays in your pocket. For the majority of urban commuters who do not own a car, public transit is not just cheaper, it is dramatically, life-changingly more affordable. Public transit wins round 1 in a landslide. But wait, Uber strikes back hard in round 2. For distances under 10 kilometers without heavy traffic, Uber beats public transit door-to-door by an average of 18 minutes, and those 18 minutes matter. No walking to a bus stop in the rain, no standing on a subway platform waiting for a delayed train, no transferring between 2 lines and waiting on a second platform. Uber picks you up at your exact address and drops you at your exact destination. For airport runs, medical appointments, late-night trips, and short urban hops, the time savings compound quickly. A commuter doing this 5 days a week could save 90 minutes or more weekly. For time-sensitive journeys, Uber wins on speed. Uber takes round 2 and levels the score at 1-all. Round 3, environmental impact. A single full subway car removes approximately 500 private vehicles from the road. Mass transit carbon dioxide emissions per passenger mile are 76% lower than single-occupancy rideshare trips. Even an Uber shared pool ride emits roughly twice the CO2 per passenger mile of a full bus route. Cities with world-class transit systems, Tokyo, Vienna, Singapore, have dramatically lower transport emissions per capita than car-dependent cities at equivalent economic levels. And Uber's model actively increases vehicle miles traveled in urban cores, adding empty deadhead miles as drivers reposition between fares. For anyone making environmental choices about their daily life, transit is not even a close call. Public transit wins round 3 decisively and leads 2-1. Here is the twist: round 4 goes to Uber on reliability. In major cities in 2026, Uber arrives in an average of 4 minutes with real-time GPS tracking from the moment you book. You know exactly where your driver is, exactly how long until they arrive, and you get a notification the moment they pull up. Public transit delays are unpredictable and frequent. Signal failures, mechanical issues, overcrowding, weather, and labor disputes all affect transit reliability in ways passengers cannot anticipate or mitigate. Missing a job interview or a flight because a train was delayed is a genuine risk transit riders accept every day. For critical journeys where being on time is non-negotiable, Uber's predictability is a meaningful advantage. Uber wins round 4 and ties the match at 2-all heading into halftime. Halftime and the score is level at 2 wins apiece. Transit wins on cost and environment. Uber wins on speed and reliability. 5 critical rounds remain. Which platform is truly built for city life in 2026? Stay with us. Round 5, urban congestion. Every single Uber adds 1 more vehicle to already congested streets. Studies from the University of California found that rideshare services increased urban traffic congestion by 160% in major U.S. cities between 2010 and 2025. Drivers circling blocks waiting for fares, deadheading between rides, and pulling into no-stopping zones to pick up passengers create cascading traffic disruptions that affect everyone in the city, including other Uber passengers stuck in the very congestion the platform helped create. Public transit removes cars from the road by the thousands. A single train line at capacity can carry the equivalent of a 10-lane highway worth of vehicles. Transit makes cities move. Rideshare makes cities crawl. Public transit wins round 5 and leads 3-2. The comeback round 6 goes to Uber on coverage and reach. Uber operates in 10,000 cities across 70 countries. Open the app in rural Kentucky, a secondary city in Brazil, or a tourist town in Portugal, and a car will arrive. Public transit quality varies enormously outside major metropolitan areas and is often completely non-existent in suburbs and rural communities. In the United States, over 40% of the population lives in areas with no meaningful transit access at all. For anyone who needs to travel beyond the end of the subway line, to an airport, a suburban office park, a friend's house in a neighborhood buses do not serve, Uber fills the gap that transit cannot. Uber wins round 6 convincingly and ties the match at 3-all. Round 7, accessibility. Public transit wins this decisively. Subsidized fares mean low-income riders can afford to get to work, school, and medical appointments. Reduced mobility access through wheelchair ramps and elevator-equipped stations serves communities that cannot use standard vehicles. No smartphone is required. No credit card is required. No surge pricing excludes you during rain or rush hour. Uber requires a smartphone, a credit or debit card, the technical ability to navigate an app, and the financial ability to absorb unpredictable surge pricing. During emergencies and extreme weather events when transit demand spikes, Uber prices surge to 3 or 4 times normal rates, precisely when lower-income riders most need affordable transportation. Public transit serves everyone. Uber serves those who can afford it. Public transit wins round 7 and leads 4-3. Round 8, comfort and privacy. Uber wins this cleanly. You sit in a climate-controlled private vehicle. You do not stand in rain waiting for a bus, and you do not squeeze between strangers in a packed subway car during rush hour. For business travelers making calls, for late-night journeys when personal safety is a concern, and for anyone carrying heavy luggage or groceries, door-to-door private transit is simply more comfortable. The experience of riding public transit during peak hours in any major city, standing, sweating, delayed, is a significant quality of life cost that the monthly savings do not always compensate for. For business commuters and late-night travelers especially, Uber wins on comfort and privacy. Uber wins round 8 and ties the match at 4-all. Everything rides on the final round. The final round, the future of cities. Every credible urban planning study agrees. Cities that invest in world-class public transit become more livable, more affordable, more equitable, and more sustainable over time. Tokyo, Amsterdam, Singapore, and Zurich consistently rank as the world's most livable cities, and every one of them has exceptional mass transit at its core. Rideshare platforms are short-term patches layered over infrastructure failure. They extract value from cities while adding congestion, pollution, and gig economy precarity. No city has solved its transit problem by adding more cars. Every city that solved its transit problem did it with trains, buses, and bikes. Public transit wins the final round and takes the match 5-4. The future of cities belongs to mass transit. After 9 rounds, the final score is public transit 5, Uber 4, a close and genuinely contested battle. Transit wins on cost, environmental impact, congestion, accessibility, and long-term city planning. Uber wins on door-to-door speed, reliability, geographic coverage, and ride comfort, and for specific situations it remains the right tool. But as a daily commuting choice and as infrastructure policy, public transit is the winner for 2026 and beyond. Which do you rely on? Let us know in the comments.